Welcome to Ed in Nature. I'm your host, Ed. Joy. It's 9:44 a.m. and I am in nature. I am in nature today. You might be able to hear some of the birds. You might be able to hear the birdies. I've got my Mad Hatter hat. I'm wearing it. I had a pretty successful show last night. At least now I know at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, do a stream. Eastern Standard Time, that's what I'm on. So this is my pre-breakfast stream. I love the birdies. I love hearing the birdies. I have my wand, my Hollywood wand. I made it myself out of Hollywood. It's a beautiful morning. What a beautiful morning. I'm going to sit and be quiet so you can hear the birds. Ah, the birdies. I love my background, my nature background. That's real nature behind me. We have real nature behind me. That's not a green screen. That's not a green screen. Those are real birds you're hearing. Real birds. Real honest to God birds. I love my wand. I love my wand. I made it myself. I got some real Hollywood. This is made of real Hollywood. They say that Harry Potter's wand is made of Hollywood. It's good for Christmas time. Look at that. Look at that. Whee! It's a long wand. And I'm not compensating. It's a long wand because I have a long arm. They say when you make a wand, it's supposed to be the length of your forearm and the tip of your finger. Your fingertip. From the crook of your arm to the tip of your finger. That's how long your wand should be. That's what they say. Ed in Nature. I'm calling it that. This is my episode. Ed in Nature. Who's with me today? I think this is aquamarine. Aquamarine is the name of this crystal. It's a pretty crystal. I like it. It has a lovely hue. A lovely hue. I think bitten by mosquitoes. I'm going to have a haircut today. I need one. I look a lot like Alec Baldwin with this haircut. Alec Baldwin. He was also in Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. I like my hat. We're all mad here. It's a pretty day out here. There's an overcast. The birds are a singing. The birds are a chirping. I have my amethyst, my double terminated amethyst. Looks like it's a real jewel, kids. Double terminated amethyst. I like saying double terminated. I have an offer in the description of this video. An offer. It's just an offer. Covert hypnosis. You can learn covert hypnosis, which I think is quite fascinating. Covert hypnosis is when you hypnotize somebody and they don't know they're being hypnotized. You can hypnotize somebody and they don't know they're being hypnotized. For a limited time, you can check out the offer in the description. For a limited time, listen to those happy birds. Happy birds, happy birds. Listen to the happy birds. Happy birds, listen to the happy birds. I gotta go get something. I'll be right back. Enjoy the scenery. Enjoy the scenery while I go get what I want to get. While I go get what I want to get. Oh, well now, good God. Sitting down is such a hassle. Did you enjoy the scenery?
Eddie, May 8th, which is today, I have to go to my primary care doctor at 12:45.
Okay.
So I'll wait until then, and then after my appointment, I'll go up to Hiram and get the glass fixed on my teeth.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. I will basically be here. I had no idea she had an appointment today. Is it May? Anyway, she knows her business. Oh, it is perforated. I just have to run my thumbnail. I should remember to bring a knife out here. It's crazy that I need a knife to get to my morning beverage. Ah, the sun is coming out. It's kind of like Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark. How is everyone? I'm doing my pre-breakfast stream. I have to wait an hour before I can eat. I like how my mind picks out the equate. All right. We are a family. Mi familia es muy bien. I was talking to some people last night. It turns out 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is a good time to have a stream. I had quite a few people I was chatting with. I think we'll turn this into the birdie cam. I have a bird feeder over there. I have a bird feeder over there. And birds are landing on the feeder. It should come as no surprise. It should come as no surprise that birds are eating from the bird feeder. Really? I can't get the bottle to open. I'm usually the bottle opener. There we go. My own little bottle. My own little bottle. I hope I get some chatters. Oh gee, I hope I get some chatters. Oh gee. It's 9 o'clock? Yeah, it's 9:56, gonna be. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So it's 2 a.m., 2, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1,700 hours in the UK. 1,700 hours. Yeah. They use military time over there, don't you know? Military time. Oh, gee, I hope somebody's... Oh, we got chatters. A wonderful day, my friend. Love from the world. That's what we need. Good morning. Oh, cool. All right, everybody. This is my pre-breakfast stream. I'm glad you all can join. I'm outside in nature. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. Dobre utra. Dobre utra. That's how they say it in Russian. So what's on your minds today? What's on the mind of the people? I love hearing the birds. Can you hear the birds? The birdies are so... Look at that. They're singing their pretty little songs. The birds are singing their pretty little songs. I'm glad you can all join me. Some of you are here from last night. Around 10 o'clock. I was up at 10 o'clock. Just chatting with my peeps. Those birds are really lively today. Can you hear them? Of course you can. If my micro... Hi, how are you? I'm doing fine. Brandon is with us. T. Harrison's with us. Isaac is with us. It's... Oh, you're from Australia. All right, Isaac. Cool. I like saying cool a lot. I love nature. Oh, it's nighttime there. Okay. The birds chirp. I noticed that too. I'm going to have to watch for the bats tonight. I always like seeing the bats come out. As soon as the sun sets, when we get that twilight time, all the bats start coming out. Right now it's paradise. Welcome to paradise. So cool. There was somebody I was talking to yesterday from Australia. It's probably Wednesday over there. Or early Tuesday. You guys are like 10 hours. There's a 10-hour time difference. Oh, severe weather. Here. Bowling Green. You were here yesterday, weren't you? Yeah, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you're joining me. That makes me happy. I hope to make you happy also. I'm wearing my top hat today. My funny top hat. Ah, nature. So severe weather. That's more like thunderstorms. You're happy to be here. All right. You like it? You like my... We're all mad here. This is my Mad Hatter hat. We're having a lovely tea party. We're having a lovely tea party. A tea party without tea. I should start doing that. Whenever I wear this hat, I should drink tea. Have some tea and crumpets. Tea and biscuits. Lovely, lovely biscuits. Biscuits. That's what they call cookies. We call them cookies. They call them biscuits. Chocolate chip biscuits. With a little bit of frosting. It's around, I think it's 10 o'clock right now. 10 in the morning. It's so nice today. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tea and cookies. Warm tea in the morning. Iced tea in the afternoon. Whee! Twist and flick. Twist and flick. I can't wait to play this back again. I like hearing the birds. It's so paradise. Welcome to paradise. No mosquitoes are eating me right now. I like that. Mosquitoes. We don't like mosquitoes. Of all the animals to be extinct, mosquitoes is not one of them. Mosquitoes. So how are things in Australia? We got somebody from Kentucky. I forget where T. Harrison's from. I think he's from Nevada. It's 9:02 in the morning. So you're like an hour, yeah. Right here that's cool that we're all in different time zones. We're dominating time. Time is relative. Time is fleeting. Madness. You're in Atlanta. Okay. Atlanta. So you're right here in Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe I should do that today. I should make it an effort to get some cookies. I'm all out of cookies. It's a small world, after all. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears, a world of hope, and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world, after all. Is everyone having a pleasant day in spite of the severe weather? They were saying the hail could cause damage to cars yesterday. They had like one of those severe weather alerts. We haven't had many downpours lately. I guess that's a good thing. Especially when you're trying to drive and you can't see where you're going, even with the wipers on. That's scary when you're driving and you can't see. You can't see where you're driving. Yes, it is. Georgia. Named after King George. There's also a Georgia in Russia. Georgia, Georgia, Georgia on my mind. Who was that guy? Who was that guy? It was Ray Charles. Ray Charles sang that song. Georgia on my mind. That old sweet song, Georgia. Reading the chats. The chats. The interjections. The words. The words that are spoken. I like it out here. I like it. Lots of fresh air. I don't feel claustrophobic. Atlanta's a pretty big. I've been to Atlanta also. There's some bad parts of Atlanta. Atlanta seems to be like the metropolis of Georgia. You don't want to get lost in Atlanta. You could wind up down some pretty scary roads. Scary. Atlanta can be scary sometimes. There's a lot more crime in Atlanta. I live out in the country. I live in Dallas, Georgia. Oh, yeah. In Georgia, it's click it or ticket. You could run the risk of getting a ticket if you don't put your seatbelt on. 65 miles an hour seems to be the speed. And then people still pass me. I'm going 65 miles an hour and people still pass me. That can be scary. They say speed kills, especially when the roads are slippery. The first rain in a while makes the roads slippery. That's what they tell you in driving school. Also, you want to be a couple of car lengths in front of you, or have a few car lengths behind. Sometimes you have to slam on your brakes and your brakes don't work right away. Well, that's cool. We're all most of us are in the vicinity here. Isn't that, yeah. My aunt lives in Alabama. In Alabama, yeah. She's, I think, 5 hours away. That's a lot of driving. That's a lot of pit stops. A lot of stops at Quick Trip. Is there a Quick Trip in Kentucky? There's a lot of Quick Trips here. And Racetrack. There's Quick Trip and Racetrack. That's what we have here. There's no 7-Elevens. I used to see 7-Elevens a lot in California. Oh, I got a kitty cat. Hello, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's funny how that cat watches the bird feeder. It's a predator. The cat is a predator. Kind of like chilling. I like my garden. I call this my garden. Cats can be mean sometimes. Especially when they get a hold of a mouse. Cats are good to have around when there's snakes. When there are snakes around, a cat can take a snake. Yeah. They're very swift fighters. I was watching some videos with snakes. snakes trying to bite cats, and they don't do very well.
Mercury time.
Atlanta. I think there's some radio stations in Atlanta. Radio, radio. Yep, 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 yep. I remember that in Sesame Street. Radio. Yep, 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 yep. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside. And when you wake up ready to say, I'm gonna make a snappy today. Mr. Rogers. Who here watches Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, that's what they called it. It was nice to be in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He had a blind girl who would watch his show, if that makes sense. The blind girl would always ask if he was feeding the fish, and he would say, I'm going to feed the fish now, to let the blind girl know that he was feeding the fish. Because that girl really cared about the fish. So that was something he always did. I remember that too. He'd be talking to the camera, and all of a sudden he'd say, I'm going to feed the fish now. It's pretty cool how they could just sit and listen, you know. There was a person who watched The Wizard of Oz who was blind, and he knew when it went from black and white to color. Somebody must have told him, I think. They were asking him that. They said, when does it go from black and white to color? And he said, when they go to Munchkin Land. We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. And in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land. The Good Witch, I think it was the Good Witch of the North, would show up in her bubble. She would fly around in a bubble. Oh, and it was Glinda, that was her name, Glinda. Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. You'd see a bubble, an orb. Nowadays they call them orbs. And then there was Glinda. I think she had a pink outfit. Your powers are no use here. It's funny how she had a British accent. Your powers are useless here. That's one thing for sure. The Wicked Witch wanted those ruby slippers. And then she clicked her heels. Ah, here comes the tractor. The loud tractor. Okay. I'll make sure I get enough sleep, so I'll be up at 10 o'clock. Well, that's cool. I can have many different episodes. Be sure to try out the covert hypnosis. Covert hypnosis. For a limited time. $179 for a limited time. You're having fun. All right. Yay, Brandon. Brandon Rice is having fun. T. Harrison is has got to go. Who else is with us today? T. Harrison, Brandon, and Who was the third guy? There was T. Harrison and Brandon. My loyal followers. And then there was Isaac. Isaac is in Australia. Down under. It's beautiful. I love nature also. So we got a total of 4 people joining. 4. We're going to count up. I'll start breaking records. I am a record-breaking kind of guy. What's doing well is my robotic affirmations. I was doing robotic affirmations. Those seem to be coming up a lot lately. When you repeat something over and over again, it's supposed to go into your subconscious mind. Today's my lucky day. 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 I can feel a difference sometimes when I start doing a robotic affirmation. My love life is wonderful. 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 You have to kind of learn how to do that really fast. I think that's why some songs repeat themselves. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. That's a robotic. Every picture tells a story, don't it? Yes, they are. When you consider how far they're coming up, the hailstones, especially when you're trying to drive. You're just trying to drive in those hailstones. They'll pound you. What I hate hearing is golf ball size hail. Golf ball size hail? Are you kidding me? You could die. If you're out in the baseball field, you're just out and minding your own business, and all of a sudden these golf ball size hail come down from the sky, higher than the Empire State Building, higher than a coconut tree. You're getting pelted by hailstones. Those scare me. We get hail here sometimes. They're always those BB style, like the airsoft. I call them airsoft hail. I was out in the open one time. In California, there was a hailstorm. I thought somebody threw a piece of ice at me. And all those hailstones came down. I had to seek refuge. Could you imagine from the higher than the treetops, higher than the Empire State Building? That's where those hailstones are coming from. You should wear a hard hat. Get out there with like your football gear. Put on your football gear, your helmet, and then you can go into the hailstorm. Hail! Hail no! Hail no! I'm glad we're having fun. Somebody said that last night too. I think I cheered somebody up yesterday. I had to get out Bobo. Bobo is my blue puppet. Maybe tonight I'll get Bobo out again. There was a girl named Crystal. She said she was sad. And I think the puppet cheered her up. We don't want Crystal to be sad. Not on my watch. There'll be no sadness here. There'll be no sadness here, because I am the Mad Hatter. We're all a little mad here. Thank you for my 2 likes. That makes me laugh. All this work I do and I just get 2 likes. Maybe that'll change, who knows? When I grow in my popularity. Then I'll be like a household name. Eddie's Fun House. We have fun at Eddie's Fun House. You get to look at yourself in all the Fun House mirrors. That guy loves this street. I live on an avenue, and that's where this guy always likes to drive his tractor. Always. I think this is like a main artery in our neighborhood. In your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Who are the people in your neighborhood? Oh, I grew up with Sesame Street, you can tell. I'm tipping my hand today. Sesame Street is brought to you today by the letter C. I knew that was coming. People don't pay attention to car alarms anymore. Car alarms are just an annoyance. Car alarms. Don't be alarmed by the car. Boom, boom, pow, pow. That's right. It goes boom, boom, pow, pow. Here goes boom, boom, pow, pow. Right on your head. Bonk, bonk on the head. I sound like that Hank Hill, or what was that, King of the Hill? The guy from Laos? The guy from Laos, you remember? Hank Hill, you hillbilly. Hank Hill is such a hillbilly. That hill goes boom, boom, pow, pow. You know, look, you buy. I like doing cartoon voices. I want to know if I can be a voice actor. That sounds um, very distinguished. I'll have you know I'm a voice actor. I'm a voice actor. I do Hank. I do that guy from Laos. I like how he calls him hillbilly. You hillbilly. You sleep with your sister. And then I like Stewie Griffin. Every once in a while I like to sound like Stewie. My brother does who was that? That guy? Herbert the Pervert. That's right. My brother does a really good Herbert the Pervert. He does the whistle and everything. Come down into my basement and have some popsicles. Would you like some popsicles? Come here, little boy. That's when I'm feeling down, I like to do cartoon voices. Hey, Hank. You cooking hamburgers? And then there's John Redcorn. He's always sleeping with Dale Gribble. I think it's Gribble or Gribble. You can always see John Redcorn hopping out of the window. Are you, John Redcorn, are you sleeping with my wife? That guy died just recently. The guy who does the voice. The guy who does the voice for Dale Gribble. Was anything inserted into my body? It's all a conspiracy. He was an exterminator. He was doing a lot of wicked stuff. I think he tried to poison Hank's lawn. I'm going to poison Hank's lawn. He'll have to pay me to keep it looking good. I got to watch more King of the Hill. That and South Park. Oh my God, you killed Kenny. Kenny's a lot like Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill! Some people still remember Mr. Bill. You should Google Mr. Bill. Google him and find out. Fuck around and find out who Mr. Bill is. Mr. Bill! He was a little clay character. Mr. Bill, oh no! I'm remembering Gumby and Pokey. And Davy and Goliath. Remember Davy and Goliath? Hi, Davy. That was all stop motion before CGI. Now everything is like that. Family Guy turned into that. Family Guy, South Park. I think The Simpsons are also. They use that Pixar. It's a lot faster that way. When I was making cartoons, I had to draw each picture to make the motions. That takes time to do that. You got to draw the same character over and over again. Over and over again. You got to draw that character over and over again. That reminds me of a Sunday school song. Oh, what a love between my Lord and I. I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. Jack and the Beanstalk. I was talking about that a couple of days ago. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. That's horrifying. You climb up a very tall beanstalk, up into the clouds. What if you have to go to the bathroom? What if somebody calls you? You got your cell phone in your pocket, and you're at the top of the beanstalk? I'd just let it ring. That's what I'd do. I'd just let that phone ring. Because I need both hands. I need all my body to make sure I don't fall off that beanstalk. That would suck. You're about halfway up there, halfway to the top of the beanstalk, and all of a sudden you lose your footing. That's a long way down. You should get a parachute. When climbing a beanstalk, wear a parachute. And then there's this giant that wants to grind your bones to make his bread. You probably wouldn't have a lot of, you'd probably have to catch a lot of people. I wonder what a bone grinder looks like. What does a bone grinder look like anyway? He probably just has a stone, another stone. People do that though. Some tribes, they take grain, and then they take two stones and they grind up the wheat. Wheat and corn to make cornmeal back in those days. And then they have technological advances. Jack and the Beanstalk. You can't have Jack without the Beanstalk. Jack was an asshole, wasn't he? He climbs the beanstalk and he starts nicking his stuff. Wow, he's really diligent today. He's got a gas-powered tractor, and he drives it up and down the road, up and down the avenue. I wouldn't want anybody to steal my goose that laid golden eggs. That's my goose. Keep your hands off my goose. And a harp? He stole his harp? Jack. Jack is a kleptomaniac. Jack has some serious issues. That's a long way down, too. Could you imagine trying to hold on to a goose? Holding on to a goose on your way down a beanstalk? That's a lot of climbing. He might have to strap it to his back. He'd have to get like a backpack or something to stick the goose in there. What if the goose has to go to the bathroom? I always think about that when people get themselves into predicaments. What if you have to go to the bathroom? I like to invent a bathroom car. That way if you're stuck in traffic and you really have to go, you could just You won't even have to unbuckle your seatbelt. Call it the toilet car. The toilet car seat. Before your next stop, that'd be, if you're stuck in LA traffic or New York, you've just paid the toll. Oh, a hummingbird. I haven't seen a hummingbird in a long time. That's cool. I just saw a hummingbird. Hummingbirds are cool. They're so magical. I guess it's time to eat breakfast already. It's time to, yeah, it's 10:30. I think I'll wait till, yeah. I gotta eat. That's right. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Lots of toys for girls and boys. I used to wait for Peter Cottontail. When I was a kid, it was always a surprise. Those baskets full of candy? Kids and candy? Are you kidding me? Kids and candy? I always had this, like furries. Remember the furries? You know, people dress up like animals. That's how I pictured Peter Cottontail. Peter Cottontail was, here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Lots of toys for girls and boys. I remember those specials that would come up. When I was a kid, the Big Pumpkin or whatever, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown was the epitome of a bullied kid. Lucy was so mean too, wasn't she? Lucy would always pull away the football. Come on, Chuck. And then that one lesbian character, the one with the red hair, called him Chuck all the time. Lucy was like the therapist. I think she charged 5 cents. She would charge 5 cents to be your therapist. That was fun. The Peanuts Day. Yeah, they called them the Peanuts. That's right, I said peanuts. Charlie Brown, you blockhead. He was actually a round head. He had a round head. He had a big round head. And he was going bald. You ever notice that? Charlie Brown had only like one curly hair. He must have had a condition. Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, you blockhead. Who calls anybody a blockhead nowadays? People have gotten ruder now. Charlie Brown, you blockhead. Lucy. Lucy was a dark-haired one, yeah. I like the dances they did. Snoopy would come out and he'd sit on the he'd sit next to the piano. Da 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 da. Pigpen. Pigpen was the homeless kid, I guess. Pigpen smelt pretty bad. He never took a bath. Charlie Brown. He's a clown, that Charlie Brown. I guess that's what I'll do. I'm going to go eat something. I've got to eat because I'm feeling lightheaded. I gotta eat something. So, well, thank you for my 2 likes. And maybe I'll sit out in nature once again. It was fun talking to you all. Reminiscing about Peter Cottontail. He does look like he has a cotton tail. Peter. A bunny rabbit named Peter. Peter? I go eat breakfast now. I go eat hillbilly breakfast. Have a good day. Have a good day.